I want to first present a logical argument, which is this. Do you believe it is possible to stop sinning for 1 second? So basically what I'm asking here is, do we sin every single second of every single day? Or is it possible to go a few seconds without sinning? And here's the reason why I ask. And you'd think, well, this is kind of a stupid question. Obviously, we don't sin every single second of every single day, but there are people out there who do believe that we sin every single second of every single day. Continuing on with the logical argument, if we can stop sinning for 1 second, how about 5 seconds? Can you go without sinning for 5 seconds? Maybe 10 seconds? Maybe a minute? Maybe an hour? And the point I'm trying to make is that if we can stop sinning for 1 second, then logically 10 seconds we can do it. Logically a minute, an hour, half a day, a whole day, a week, a month, etc. It is all logically possible if we can stop sinning for just 1 second.
So you see, folks, the line of logic here. Can you hold your breath for 1 second? How about can you hold your breath for 5 seconds? Can you hold your breath for 10 seconds? Well, how about 10 minutes? How about 20 minutes? It only follows that if you can hold your breath for 5 seconds, then you should be able to hold your breath for 5 minutes, to 5 hours, to 5 years. It only logically follows that if you can stand on 1 foot for 5 seconds, you should be able to do that for 5 years. Don't you guys see the logical, rational line of thought here? See, guys, it's logically possible that if you can run for 1 minute nonstop, then you can run for an hour nonstop. And if you can run for an hour nonstop, then it logically follows that you can run for 1 day nonstop. And if you can run 1 day nonstop, then you should be able to run nonstop for 1 week. And if you can, and it just logically keeps following that if you can run a week, you can run a month, a year, 2 years nonstop without ever stopping, you should be able to run. See, it only logically follows that if you can stay awake for 1 second, you can stay awake for 1 hour. If you can stay awake for 1 hour, you can stay awake for 1 day. If you can stay awake for 1 day, you can stay awake for 1 week, and so on. It just keeps going. It just logically follows that if you can do it for anything for 1 second, then you should have the ability to do it for the rest of your life.
Because that means it's not something that constantly happens. It means it's a free choice. It means we have free will. We can choose to sin or not to sin. And I think that is the important key, is that we're not always sinning, which means if we wanted, we could go without sinning.
See, we're not always sinning, so it just follows that we can go without sinning. See, I'm not always sleeping, so it only follows that I can go without sleeping. I'm not always eating either, so it only follows that I can go without eating. Hopefully you guys are seeing the point of this, trying to be funny a little bit, but you can see the irrational, illogical incoherence of what he's saying. Doesn't make any sense at all. Especially according to Scripture, Paul said, the good I want to do, that I don't do, but the evil that I hate, that I practice. So I see there's a law in my members, waging war against the law of my mind and bringing me into the captivity of the law of sin and death. So with my mind, I serve the law of God, and my flesh, I serve the law of sin. He apparently doesn't have that problem. He doesn't notice that he has a war going on in his flesh against the spirit. He says that he's sinless, so he's not having any sin problem at all in his life. Yet the Scripture clearly says he that says he has no sin deceives himself, and the truth is not in him.